This has been one hell of a journey since I did the review of the first script revision for Spider-Man No Way Home from last Christmas back in 2020. And I was really excited because I heard a lot of rumors, especially from what my old sources have given me 100% accurate information from the past Spider-Man films told me that Sony Pictures was working on a live-action Spider-Verse film of all three actors. And this was all pre-COVID, so it's been in the works for a very long time now. And that there was a possibility that they might have Spider-Man 3 stand on its own, and teasing the live-action Spider-Verse film from Sony Pictures and not as collaboration with Marvel Studios so that they could fully profit from the ticket sales, which makes perfect sense, being that Sony Pictures sold the movie merchandising rights over to Disney and Marvel, and they're the ones, who make the majority of the profits, and that's where the real money's being made, and not at the box office. Especially when it comes to the number one top-selling comic character, Spider-Man, outranking all the other superheroes in retail sales. The question of the day is, if Spider-Man No Way Home is actually that live-action Spider-Verse film, is a Spider-Verse character making an ultimate sacrifice so that another character can finally emerge onto the big screen? Or will this character survive to be another Marvel Studios film that's all connected? Was a certain director who was approached to direct a Spider-Man film actually for Spider-Man No Way Home or the Sony Pictures live-action Spider-Verse film and declined because it was just too much for this person? The answers to these questions will all be revealed opening day. And I'm also so excited to share with my fan supporters my review of the third script revision for Spider-Man No Way Home, because the previous two had me a little worried. And the question is, did the script improve or did it get worse? On another note, I did announce a few days ago that after the release of Spider-Man No Way Home that I will finally officially retire. And I know a couple years ago I said the same thing, but then when I found out that this was going on, I'm like, yo, I gotta come back for this one. Don't panic though. I will still continue to make videos. It's not the end. I just won't be doing any more inside information on these Spider-Man films. Well, I might hint at stuff for fan supporters only. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm not sure yet. And look, guys, it's been 14 years. And my scooping experience has been just like toilet paper, where I've been constantly on a roll, but always getting shitted on by hateful, disrespectful trolls. And look, even at one point, 7 webheads retired. And sometimes it's just time to move on. And that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. And look, if you want to trust anyone of scoops, I would highly suggest Andy Signore. Yes, Daniel RPK is good too, but the issue is that he steals information from other scoopers and never credits them and gets away with it all the time. And I don't condone or respect that method at all. The smart thing is that he never responds to any fraudulent accusations, which is smart because then no one will ever find out about it. If he doesn't interact with them, no one's going to know. I mean, look, he went as far as deleting every tweet associated with Dylan O'Brien rumors. Yet everyone from that time remembers that there was only 3 people involved in that situation. Okay, it was myself, Reddit Leaker, and Daniel RPK. And once again, I don't condone that type of behavior, because look, we all have our bad days with the scooping business, and information gets wrong. It happens all the time. But if you're right about something, that credit should be given to those who scoop it first. But that never happens, and people get screwed over constantly. It's happened to Andy Signore, and it's happened to me quite a few times, over the years. And look, it sucks. And these people are vultures, and it just sickens me. It's a very, very sick game they're playing. And also, a fantastic thanks to those on my fan support page, especially to each and every one of you that are on there. And look, you guys are true superheroes because the donations go to St. Jude Children's Hospital, and you're helping to save a child's life, and that means the world to me, and that's one of the main reasons to why I started doing this. And so I just want to say thank you and God bless to each and every one of you on there. And look, I completely understand if you can't afford to do so. I don't think any less of any of you, because we all have our own financial issues, and it's just very vital to help support those who work really hard to edit these videos, which is very time consuming. Sometimes it takes me about 3 to 4 hours to do these videos, you know, and I have no issues with those who, you know, decide whatever decisions they decide to make with what they receive, you know, to make a living or get new equipment. That's perfectly fine. You know, you work hard at something, you deserve to get money to improve, or, you know, whatever. And look, I just chose to do this because I love kids. And as a childhood leukemia survivor, I believe that every child deserves a second chance at life. And it's also the deal I worked out with my sources to keep things quiet and not perfect, which worked out perfectly because a couple of years ago, I completely retired. I was done for good. And that's how I work things out. And that's one of the main reasons to why I know, to me, sometimes it's like, well, I wish I had a bigger following so I could get more people out there to, you know this information. But at the same time, it's a blessing because, you know what? I'm not putting myself in a position to where I can get in real big trouble. So it worked out perfectly. And again, years ago I did retire, but when I heard about what was coming, I just had to come back this time, you know. And I've always stated that the only Spider-Man film that would be at the Avengers level and bank at the box office is a live-action Spider-Verse film featuring Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. And I truly believe that this is the only film that would even break the Avengers Endgame record. But, you know, right now with the pandemic and everything, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But I'm pretty sure it'll probably at least reach the $1 billion mark. I wouldn't be surprised if it surpasses $2 billion. But, you know, the way with the pandemic and everything going on right now, it's probably not going to reach $1 billion realistically. But still, it's if it wasn't for the pandemic, it would definitely beat the Avengers Endgame record. I mean, it already surpassed it in views. You know, and this is like a really big movie. And Spider-Man is like a #1 comic character, so there you go. And I also signed an NDA at one point, and that's where things became complicated because, you know, I can no longer confirm or deny if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will be in this upcoming film. I can, however, do a review of scripts without talking about any spoilers, but judging on the writing, dialogue, action scenes, and etc. I will also include at the end of the video a theory of what's been going around, which is something you don't want to miss out on, trust me, along with a story on how, you know, and why Kevin Feige and Pascal, along with Tom Rothman, came up with the decision on making a live-action Spider-Verse film. And obviously from what we saw in the trailer, and the characters that will be in this film, there was a major change in tone on which direction they were going with this film. Sort of like how originally Captain America 3 was going to be on its own, and Cap was going to be fighting a doppelganger. And then it turned out to be a live-action version of Civil War featuring multiple Avengers characters. So it's the same thing here with this film. And look, Tom Holland is telling the truth that you all don't know what's coming. And that what you think you saw in the teaser trailer was just the very tip of the iceberg. He's 100% correct on that one. You just are not all ready for what will be happening in this film. And I 100% guarantee that. And now before I go into the review of the third script revision, I will leave you all with this statement and pay very close attention. That yes, the animated Spider-Verse film, okay, was a love story to Spider-Man. While Spider-Man No Way Home will reunite and be a love story to all Spider-Man fans. That is all. And if you want to watch the rest of this video, which I highly recommend, this is the one video where it's really just one of the best ones. And you don't want to miss out on this one. I'm just telling you, you know, you can just join the fan support to watch, and, you know, you can cancel the subscription anytime. You don't have to keep going at it, you know what I'm saying? You can just do it once, watch the video, and that's it. Plus, there are a total of 57 other videos on there that you could find in the fan support videos playlist, and you got a whole month once you know, do it once, and that's it. So, alright, this is it. You guys ready for it? Okay, well, here we go. So let's go back to the beginning on how this all started out between Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, and Tom Rothman.
Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. Woo!